young Timorese engineers to lead the country's first shipyard project. Rural students waiting for wider expansion of satellite internet connection. Colorful costumes and unique traditions kept alive for the Feast of Saint Anthony in Manatutu. Adelaide celebrates homegrown heroes after Australia's World Cup win. Welcome back to RTTL News. I'm Sony Madeira. The development of Timor-Leste's first shipyard has taken a major step forward after Tsuneishi Timor Shipbuilding welcomed 19 young Timorese engineers last week. Timor-Leste's President Jose Ramos-Horta urged the government to facilitate the project's implementation and create new job opportunities for young people.
Young innovative minds are stepping up to build the country's shipbuilding industry.
We come here with three things: the motivation to learn, the ambition to grow, and the commitment to contribute.
19 young Timorese engineers are seizing the opportunity to sharpen their skills with Japanese-owned company Tsuneishi Timor Shipbuilding. And they have the ambition to develop the shipbuilding industry right here in Timor-Leste.
Our goal is simple. One day we want to design and build a ship ourselves and see it in the waters of Timor-Leste.
Timor-Leste's President Jose Ramos-Horta highlighted the importance of establishing the local industry.
We were spending too much money on the maintenance of the few ships we have. How much money we have already spent on Nakbroma? Every year, $600,000 for maintenance in Surabaya.
The president said the company has come forward with a major investment plan, building on an initial plan for a smaller shipyard.
Quite happy that something even better, bigger than I ever thought about is happening in Timor-Leste. And very grateful for that. And we will support the company. I will support the company.
Japanese company Tsuneishi Shipbuilding officially established Tsuneishi Timor Shipbuilding in 2024, employing 58 Timorese professionals, including the 19 newly hired engineers.
We believe that this is important to develop Timorese youth to explore this industry.
You are not simply joining a company, you are becoming part of a larger journey to build skills, create jobs, strengthen industry, and open new possibilities for this country.
Tsuneishi Timor is committed to working alongside young Timorese professionals to turn their dreams into reality.
The most important thing is that Timorese must learn techniques and develop their capacity to build ships with their own hands.
The government has designated land for a new shipyard in Laleya, Manatutu, east of Dili, but the construction has not yet started. President Horta urged the government to accelerate the process to allow the company to begin shipyard construction.
We have to give incentives and accelerate all the processes quickly. Many things go very slowly. I support this project 100% because it is good for the future of this country.
The investment plan is expected to create more than 4,000 job opportunities for the local people. Pauline Quintown, Judas Magno, RTTL World News.
450 villages across Timor-Leste have been connected to the internet following the government-led rollout of Starlink satellite infrastructure. However, the internet services are currently only provided to village headquarters, leaving students and community members disconnected.
A stable internet connection is increasing productivity and simplifying administrative tasks at the village headquarters in Mertutu, Ermera.
We can do data entry to the administrative posts and the municipality faster, and can facilitate our staff's work better and faster, especially in data entry.
The Ministry of Transport and Communications, alongside national telecommunications company Rttl.Ep, has deployed Starlink infrastructure across 450 rural communities in Timor-Leste. But the satellite connection has only been established in local government buildings.
One challenge is limited to the community and students who are in rural areas. Likewise, in Mertutu, many students come to ask for internet access, but they cannot access it because of limited internet.
In Rttl.Ep, students are forced to supply their own internet access to complete assignments.
We have a subject called Technology Multimedia, and we really need to access the internet to find material.
We use our own internet from Telemor, but the network is bad, so we find information on our own.
Earlier this year, Timor-Leste's government extended a trial period with the country's 3 telecommunications providers testing a newly established submarine fiber optic cable connection to Australia. But Minister of Transport and Telecommunications Miguel Manetelo says the fiber optic cable cannot yet reach remote areas.
Village headquarters located in remote areas where fiber optic cables cannot reach will continue to use satellite. Because of the satellite that is currently in Timor, we know Starlink is good quality.
Rural residents are calling on the government to expand regional access to Starlink.
We ask the government to take care of us in Rttl.Ep village in our school, and do not only install a Starlink in the village office. They must support the internet to our school as well.
In modern times, everyone wants to access the internet.
The signal may have arrived in rural Timor-Leste, but for many community members, the promise of connectivity remains just out of reach. Vicky Madeira, Basti Noronha, RTTL World News.
With fiber optic cable and satellite technology reshaping how Timor-Leste connects with the world, telecommunications expert Mauricio Freitas Soares explains what the expansion of internet access could mean for communities across the country. After completing his studies in Fatumaca and earning engineering and telecommunications qualifications in Indonesia, Mr. Soares returned to Timor-Leste to work in telecommunications, education, and ICT development. He joined RTTL World News from England, where he is currently continuing his software studies.
In 2024, the government launched the Timor-Leste South submarine cable to improve the country's internet connectivity. What is fiber optic cable and how does this connection work?
I know the government invested the money, so much money, nearly 41.6 million for installation from Australia, from Darwin to Timor-Leste, and now we're already in Timor. We don't know where politics they make the agreement, because the agreement not transparent. We don't know what we can continue, we can control, we can see, and we can make information about that. So for me, fiber optic submarine is good for Timor-Leste, because fiber optic is good, have faster speed, and make the people we can communicate, and we can download, upload anything else, information, translation information from another city to another other city, for another country to another country, like send data to school, and then every people can be communication with family, both friend, each other.
More organizations have started using Starlink in recent years. How does Starlink differ from fiber optic?
Starlink with satellite, faster, cheap, and then easy for installation. But fiber optic or submarine, we need big infrastructure.
What are the benefits and limitations of it?
From Timor, this is not competitive. For me, they're complete each other, because have a grid and have a less. But for me, my opinion, we must implement together both to complete like a fiber optic for have got theoretical of to implement to urban or the city or town like Dili, Baucau, Ermera like the municipal. So Starlink we can implement to rural.
The government has contracted a company to provide Starlink to over 450 villages. What role will fiber optic cable play in Timor-Leste's telecommunications now that Starlink is being implemented across the country?
We can work it together, and we can complete together each other, like fiber optic and Starlink. Okay, it's okay. Now government already installed fiber optic or in the town to the municipal. We can see in the future the government have plan. I recommend a plan to install already to rural or remote as well. We can say internet important for each other, for people, Timor. And then how about they can connect, they can share information, we can, how about they can promote their food, their culture, traditional. How about they can promote in the world, how about their tourism? You know, different municipal have culture, have art, anything else, education different. How about we can promote that? We need the internet.
Thank you for joining us at RTTL News. Thank you for your information, all of the information they share with us.
Thank you very much.
The Timorese faithful joined the global Catholic community to celebrate the feast of Saint Anthony of Padua on June 13. The main celebration took place in the Manatutu municipality, a 2-hour drive east of Dili. This year's celebrations began with the solemn mass and the cultural activity to the Sanan and colorful tradition bringing the local community together.
Strengthening faith and preserving cultural heritage. Hundreds of Timorese faithful gathered in St. Anthony's Parish Church to attend solemn mass, honoring their patron and the protector of the local community.
Thousands of people came to pray, to fulfill their promises, and to thank God for trusting in the Lord Colonel St. Anthony, but also because at the feet of St. Anthony they expressed their concerns and hopes.
Saint Anthony of Padua was a Catholic priest known for his preaching, teachings, and devotion to helping people in need.
Fathers must be light to their children. A couple must be light to other couples. Young people can be light to their friends.
For more than 2 centuries, the Timorese faithful, particularly the community of Manatutu, have honored the feast day of Saint Anthony and encouraged everyone to act with kindness. Annually, the parishioners show their devotion to their patron through their enthusiastic participation in different activities.
We are proud because with Saint Anthony's feast and bringing the statue to visit the faithful in the villages brings the love of Christ and his words to the Christians to be salt and light to our country, especially families to get to know Jesus well through the visit to the statue of the saint.
In front of the Saint Anthony statue, we express our devotion to Saint Anthony and the miracle that happens in our lives.
Following the Mass, the event comes alive with a joyful cultural festival known as the Carnival to the Sanan, featuring a colorful parade of costumed community members celebrating a unique cultural heritage.
In the cultural celebration called Tudasanan, which our ancestors celebrate as a symbol to thank God through the things that we put inside the traditional pan, such as corn, fruits, and meats.
More than a celebration, the festival is a living symbol of the culture, identity, and traditions of the people of Manatutu.
The celebration of St. Anthony's Day is celebrated in all municipalities that have the patron saint of Anthony and devotion to the saint. But Manatutu is unique because not only for the Mass, but also many cultural activities.
A colorful combination of Catholicism and Timorese tradition honoring Saint Anthony's legacy of compassion. Pauline Quintown, Aurelia Madeira, RTTL World News.
In international news, recreational fishers are demanding the Queensland government end trials of tunnel nets near the Great Barrier Reef, warning they could destroy fish populations. But commercial operators argue the tests are needed to keep fish on the plate once a ban on gill nets kicks in.
With mesh wings spanning more than a kilometre, tunnel nets draw fish into a central trap. About 30,000 were caught and released over 2 weeks of trials in the Whitsundays and Gladstone last year. Target species like barramundi made up just 3% of the catch.
Even at the level of a trial phase, that will have an impact both on the environment but also on recreational fishing.
It's prompted a group of anglers to lobby the state government to stop the trial.
Angling is something that supports the local businesses and is a driver of the local economy.
But seafood businesses say finding a new catch method is vital, with controversial gill nets to be banned next year.
It's going to leave a massive hole, not only in our business here in North Queensland, but every single seafood business.
An independent study of tunnel nets in 2021 found they could prevent deaths to threatened species.
They're swimming around in this pool. You just drop the side of the net where they are and they swim out.
Primary Industries Minister Tony Perrott said the department was conducting its own trials to ensure only science-backed methods could be legislated. But some in the state's billion-dollar recreational fishing sector say tunnel nets are a reputational risk.
We're going to drag these huge nets along our, World Heritage coastlines. It just blows my mind.
Thousands of Adelaide fans turned up at an event in the CBD to watch the Socceroos defeat Turkey. Meanwhile, family and friends of one Socceroo celebrated their star with a watch party of their own.
This family home in the Adelaide foothills. Today, a base for the family and friends of Tete Yengi, cheering his World Cup debut.
Let's go, Tete, let's go!
For Auntie Lucy, a dream come true.
We feel very proud that we have the family that is representing Australia, representing the world, representing South Sudan.
We never really expected to see them play at an actual World Cup, and it means a lot to us.
Mo and Irakunda are going to give us a few goals coming up very soon.
Adelaide's Nusturi Aaron Kunda delivering on that first goal 27 minutes in. The state government estimating about 5,000 people came to cheer on the Socceroos at the drive.
Just so proud, not just for Australia, not just for us, but just the whole African community.
Among the crowd of gold and green, some Turkish fans.
Turkey!
But the Aussies claiming victory.
And now the weather, starting with Dili. Partly cloudy with passing afternoon showers, a top temperature of 30 and a low of 22 degrees. Partly cloudy and humid in Baucau with a couple of afternoon showers, temperatures ranging between 28 and 19 degrees. In Lautem, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a couple of showers in the afternoon, a high of 28 and a low of 21 degrees. Humid and cloudy in Bobonaro with showers in the afternoon, a top temperature of 27 and a low of 16. And in Aileo, sun and some clouds with a couple of afternoon showers, temperatures ranging between 25 and 14. Now looking abroad. Partly sunny and humid in Kupang, with a passing shower or two in the afternoon, a high of 30 and a low of 23. In Bali, a passing morning shower or two, clearing throughout the day, temperatures ranging between 31 and 22. Hazy sunny in Jakarta, a top of 34 and a low of 23. In Seoul, mostly cloudy, warm and humid, a high of 32 and a low of 21 degrees. Mostly sunny and humid in Darwin, temperatures ranging between 30 and 22 degrees. In Sydney, breezy and overcast, a high of 20 and a low of 13 degrees. Sunshine with a few clouds in Lisbon, temperatures ranging between 30 and 18 degrees. In London, very warm with partial sunshine, a top temperature of 30 and a low of 17. And a couple of morning showers in Belfast, otherwise windy with variable cloudiness, a top temperature of 19 and a low of 11 degrees. Thanks for joining us again on the program. RTTL World News will be back with more stories on Sunday. Bye for now.